My name is Carly Witter, and this is my self-introduction speech for Communication 101. Hello, I'm Carly Witter, and I am married with 4 beautiful children, a daughter who is 5 years old, a son who is 3, and twin sons who are 19 months old. I was born and raised in Muncie, Indiana, and it is the area that I still call home. I graduated from Ball State University with a bachelor's degree in microbiology and pre-med and minors in chemistry and Spanish. After graduation, I worked in a clinical chemistry laboratory for 5 years. I got married, decided to have children, and made the decision at that point to stay at home with my children, which I have done for the past 5 years and which I have enjoyed tremendously. I find myself now wanting to go back to school and become a nurse. I am taking 2 courses at Ivy Tech this semester, both of them to fulfill prerequisite requirements for Ball State's RN program. And I thought I would take this opportunity today to tell you a couple stories about my previous public speaking experiences. I have one good and one bad story to share with you today. I think I'll start with the bad experience. In high school, I was required to get up in front of an auditorium full of people and recite a poem. It was different from any other experience I'd had speaking in public because there was no podium to hide behind. I had to get up on the stage in front of everyone, recite the poem, walk around and try to gesture naturally to enhance the meaning of the poem. In the end, it turned out to be more painful gesturing than natural gesturing, and I left out an entire verse of the poem during the recitation. I don't think anyone in the crowd realized that I had left a verse out because they were unfamiliar with the poem themselves, but when I looked down and paused and stumbled over my words, I think they realized something was wrong. So that turned out to be horrifying and traumatic, and it has given me a great appreciation for people who can get up and perform in front of a crowd daily and do a wonderful job at it. The good experience I had, on the other hand, happened to be in front of the largest crowd that I've ever spoken to. It was at my high school commencement. I was to give the welcome speech that evening, and I was the first speaker of the evening. I had prepared ahead for this, practiced a lot. I felt pretty good about it. I had a written copy of my speech. I had taken the written copy to the podium before commencement began. All the speakers were told they could put their written copies on the podium. That way, when it was time to give their speech, it was waiting on them and everyone wouldn't be carrying papers across the stage. So when the time came, my class filed on the stage, had a seat. I stood up to walk to the podium to give the welcome speech. Stood at the podium, looked out at hundreds of faces in front of me, looked down at my speech, and it wasn't my speech. My speech was missing. So I thought, okay, it's a good thing I practiced for this and I've memorized my speech, I hope. However, I also had never trusted not having my speech physically attached to my body, so I had taken a Post-it note beforehand and written keywords on it in case I did get stumbled. I would have that folded up in the palm of my hand. I was very thankful that I had taken that precaution, and I began my speech. It went very smoothly. I think I only had to look at the Post-it note once during the whole thing, but I was very glad I had it. And it ended up being a really good experience. Everything went fine, but when I look back now on what could have happened that evening, it's pretty scary. So now here I am again, starting a speech class that I'm sure I'm going to learn a lot in and get a lot out of. And I'm hoping that this semester I can add all of my memories to my good memory category and not my bad ones. And I'm really looking forward to finishing this semester and becoming a better public speaker, hopefully. And I want to thank my friends and family who are here today for taking the time to listen to me. Thanks.